magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history. That common bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts. Now it is time to add your own story to these hallowed halls and, quite possibly, shape the future of the wizarding world.
Hello crows and non-crows alike, my name is Joe Mac, otherwise known as Support Crow, and today marks the 1-year anniversary of Hogwarts Legacy. I remember losing my mind when I saw the reveal trailer in the State of Play. And while the YouTube content clan pumped out all those videos, I was busy pumping out way too many memes. And while I could, celebrate by just, talking about all the DLC I like to have and all the future content in the future, more than enough, YouTubers have done that already, and they've done a pretty good job of it. So, without further ado, here's 5 things that I absolutely love about the current version of Hogwarts Legacy, as of February of 2024. Number 1, the music. There are games that we all play, where the music is just top-notch all the way around. Kingdom Hearts is one of those games. Dragon's Dogma, Skyrim. These are games with beautiful soundtracks, and Hogwarts Legacy rightfully takes their place amongst them. Shout out to the amazing composers who tantalized our ears with the most magical of melodies. Number 2, the arenas. Hogwarts Legacy's combat could have just been a simple button smash and cast, but the added complexity of combos and tools make this game's combat one of the best. It flows like Ghost of Tsushima, but it looks, feels, and sounds like the Wizarding World, which is perfect. And what better way to consistently enjoy this combat than the arenas? My personal favorite is the Dark Arts Arena, but I'm also partial to the arena on the South Coast. The arenas by themselves have supplied me with a ton of, gameplay challenges and whatnot that I look forward to showing you a lot throughout the rest of the year. Number 3, the Room of Requirement. Whoever had the idea to have this customizable space in Hogwarts had one of the best ideas ever for this game, allowing us to have our own special place in the Wizarding World and truly make it our own, achieve something truly special. And of course, you can't talk about the Room of Requirement without talking about those beautiful vivariums and those adorable fantastic beasts. Collecting these adorable creatures and housing them in these serene level design artworks, more or less, was fantastic. Pun intended. Or not intended. Pun not intended. My favorite has to be the Ocean Vivarium. I could just sit here and stand there and just watch the waves come in and listen to the music and just take in the scenery. It's a good time. Number 4, the castle. When I read something from Harry Potter, I no longer picture the Hogwarts from the movies. I picture Hogwarts Legacy. It is beautiful and incredibly detailed, and it gives Harry Potter fans the ability to see places that they didn't get a chance to see in the movies, like the kitchens, for example. But beyond the Wizarding World franchise, this castle is truly a marvel of in-game architecture and level design. It is truly beautiful. It brings a semi-realism to the castle, but also blends in these magical elements that doesn't exactly, snap us out of the immersion. Whoever had a hand on working on this masterpiece deserves all the praise. And last but not least, number 5, the characters. Maybe I'm a bit biased being a writer myself, but in my opinion, a large part of what makes a game a good game is the characters that are in it. There was never a character in this game that I wanted to spend less time with. Sebastian, Poppy, Natsai, Fig, the headmaster, the deputy headmistress, the professors, Saronin, Ollivander, Lodgok, Ranrock, Rookwood, are all characters that I want to spend more time with. And when I think about the future of Hogwarts Legacy, one of the many things that make me excited is the prospect of meeting these characters again. The ones that are still around, obviously. And you know what, for those of you who decided to stick around this long, I'm going to give you one more, number 6. The community. Most of you lot, honestly, at this point. You know, I have been in fan communities of different games before, but oh my goodness, the creativity, the compassion, the camaraderie. There's a lot of C words there for a minute. I don't know what that was about, but anyway, I like alliteration. I'm a writer. Leave me alone. What I'm trying to say is that this community is just amazing. It stands apart from a lot of people. Not in like a snobbish, smug kind of way, but there's an element, right? There's something about this fan community that is definitely special. Maybe I'm just getting that from my end from being in it or whatnot, but what I recognize is that we all have, in one way or another, whether we are, you know, fans or YouTubers or meme kings or aspiring meme kings out there, or queens, you know. The vast majority of us now have this shared experience of being there since the reveal trailer, being there since the initial leaks in 2018. We've kind of all been together one way or another, even though it may not have been entirely obvious. We have been on this road together. We have been on this journey. And throughout this journey, we've all had to deal with life, more or less, you know. I think looking back, we can, most of us could agree that, you know, 2020 up to now hasn't exactly been the best few years in human history. And maybe this was just our, like, guiding light, you know, our beacon to try to continue onward. And, you know, some people might find that kind of silly, you know, it's a video game, right? But we consistently live in a world that does its absolute best to tear people apart, to try to separate people from one another, divide everything about us, really break us down into minute details, and then use those details to separate people out into different groups and whatnot. So, and, you know, for one reason or another, I think everyone in this community has experienced that in some way. Although I didn't necessarily enjoy how it's sort of come about, the end product of that is a community that is very close-knit. My father has a saying that you cannot forge a blade without a little bit of fire. And I think that's what makes this community very special. Because throughout those years of torment, more or less, we've stuck together. And we've anticipated an end goal. And even though we have reached that goal and surpassed it, more or less, we're still together, anticipating that next thing, enjoying each other's company. And I think that if we can just sort of hang on to that a little bit longer, then maybe the next few years won't be as tough. Well. Until then, though, be safe, be well, be kind. And I look forward to that DLC, huh? Bye-bye.